Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back with another edition of 95X Cares, our community animal rescue effort brought to you by the Law Office of William Mattar. I am Dixon, joined as always by Jenny. How are you this week?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. We're going to switch things up a little bit this week. We don't have a pet that's up for adoption. We've got a pet that is in need. It is truly just a trigger warning, right? Like I think we should say that because there's a lot to this. But it seems like it all is well that ends well. So I'm going to let Jenny fill you in on the details about Hope.
Oh boy, it's a really sad story. So, Hope is a German Shepherd who has recently been taken on by Humane CNY. They are the rescue that's essentially taking care of her, but also with Animal Alliance of Greater Syracuse. And that is because the previous owner of Hope, essentially tried to starve her to death. Hope was found tethered in a basement of an apartment complex, like dirt, gravel, rock kind of floor, no windows, no food, no water. And she quite literally was left to die. And like an apartment owner had asked the person who owned Hope, um, where the dog was, kind of acted like aloof, like, oh, I don't know, haven't heard her barking. And like she definitely knows what she did and where her dog was. And that is literally dying by herself. So when she was found, there's like a body scale for when somebody is, I'm sure everybody's unfortunately probably familiar with like the idea of a body scale, right? Like you could be like morbidly obese, but you could also be like severely emaciated, which obviously Hope was. But she was a 0.5. So she didn't even make a one. So to say that she was potentially hours away from succumbing to starvation is not an exaggeration. So when she was rushed to the VMC to receive care, it was really kind of a touch and go because they needed to leave euthanasia on the table because how humane is it to put a dog through this with the strain on her heart? She required oxygen, fluids, etc. And she pulled through. She proved that she's a fighter, and that's how she got this name, Hope. And she's continuing to be a fighter. So she's finally off her oxygen. So we're less concerned about her heart now, and she's on a really strict feeding plan because when you're starved, your stomach shrinks up really small, and so they have to really slowly like reintroduce a healthy amount of calories for this dog to take to be able to put on weight again. Um, but she like her tail wags when people like that are caring for her come near her. She was doing that the very first day that she was taken into care. So literally hours away from death, and she was excited to see people. And that just really to me like speaks volumes to like the character of these dogs and their loyalty and their love and ability to forgive people. Um, but here's the catch to all of this, right? Is so Animal Alliance has stepped up and said, hey, we're going to use our leg up fund and we're going to help fundraise and pay for her care because her care is very, very expensive. There's no shying away from that. That's the estimate is between $12,000 and $15,000. So far, they are just shy of $5,000, which means they are a ways to go until they meet that goal of. They believe that they set their goal as 13.5 to kind of be right in the middle of what that estimate is going to look like. Um, this is a call to action. Essentially, that's why we're featuring Hope is to say, give up your morning coffee, follow along with Animal Alliance as they continue to update people on the prosecution of this owner. So if this story touches your heart as it has mine, um, you can potentially get some updates, but due to the nature of the crime, they can't release all the information right now. But it's going to be out there, and you can reach out to Animal Alliance and ask how you can help if you want to do more than donate the $5 from your morning coffee, etc. Or if you have more to give, then definitely they're willing to take that on because this is all for hope. So this is an opportunity for our community to really just show, what our animals mean to us and to rise above and show Hope that she doesn't have to face what she just went through ever again.
There's actually a QR code on the screen right now that you can scan to make a donation that takes you directly to the page. For those of you that are watching this on your phone and can't scan the QR code, it's givegab.com/campaigns/hope. But again, there'll be a QR code. I'll make it really big for when we stop talking, and we'll just freeze it on the screen so you have a good chance to give it a scan. Donate what you can, right? Like they're getting there. They're a third of the way to their goal.
That's
So
right.
2/3 of the way to go. Honestly, just skip lunch, make a peanut butter sandwich,
Yeah.
right? Like that's more than that dog had in that basement.
No, 100%. I just, you hear things like this and you think, really, in our, neighborhood, in our community, that was something that's going on. And these stories are out there. And I think that I really want to end with, if you see something, right? If you see something that's like, wow, like that's kind of messed up, that makes me a little uncomfortable, say something. Reach out to a local rescue and be like, hey, this situation is going on. You have any guidance or how I could deal with something like this? Or if you know that somebody's blatantly abusing their dogs or fighting their dogs or trying to kill their dogs, please say something. Like, something's not right with somebody who is capable of doing that to an animal. Like, that's a sociopathic thing to be able to do. It is grotesque, it is wrong. And if somebody can abuse an animal, they are capable of abusing a child or hurting other people. Like, that individual needs help because they're sick. So you see something, you say something. You're not just doing an animal justice, but the community a greater good too.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just here in the animal community. Seeing something and saying something is genuinely something that we as a society need to pay more attention to in general. So start here, move it along, and scan that QR code that's on the screen right now and make your donation. Let's help Hope actually get a leg up.
Absolutely. Sounds good to me. And hopefully next week we have a little bit happier of a story to bring.
We will. I'm sure you will find us a stellar dog in need of a forever home.